Well, hello there everyone. My name is Rock and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is day number 6 in my countdown to the release of Black Ops 2. Glad to have you with me today. We're playing a little Modern Warfare 3, a little team deathmatch. And I thought I'd run through the perks and the wild cards again. Kind of go back, kind of like I did yesterday with all the weapons, and just kind of revisit all the perks and wild cards that are going to be in Black Ops 2. We're going to name them off, talk a little bit about them, and show you some pictures up on the screen, and there'll be annotations with those. And as with the video yesterday, you can actually click on the annotation and it will take you to that particular day that I actually talk about those particular perks or wild cards. So let's get right into it with perk slot number 1. We're going to be leading off with Flak Jacket, probably my absolute favorite perk in all of Black Ops. Flak Jacket is returning in Black Ops 2. Next is Ghost. Ghost is going to be majorly transformed in Black Ops 2. You won't have to worry about camping quite as much with Ghost, because if you do not move, you're going to start showing up on the radar. Next up is Blind Eye, then followed up by Hardline, and then Lightweight. You should be familiar with all three of those. They are all basically going to work exactly like they did in previous Call of Duty titles. Next up, we've got perk slot number 2, and we're going to lead things off with my pick for the best perk in that category, and that is Scavenger. That's going to help you replenish all your ammo and grenades. Really useful perk. It's one I feel I'm going to use more than anything else in that category. For perk slot number 2. Next up, we've got Hardwired, then Cold-Blooded, Fast Hands, which really isn't what you might think it is. That is going to be for swapping out and using equipment much faster. It's not going to affect reloading at all. And then finally, we've got Toughness. That is probably my pick for the next best perk in perk slot number 2. Toughness is going to be a way so you don't flinch as much when you're hit with enemy fire. So that would be really useful as well. But that is perk slot number 2. Finally, we've got perk slot number 3. We're going to lead that one off with Engineer. Dead Silence, which that's probably going to be one I use quite a bit in Team Deathmatch and free-for-all game types. Then we've got Extreme Conditioning, extremely valuable for playing games like Capture the Flag, Domination, where you want to get to these points quicker than your opponent. Next up, my pick for absolutely the best Tier 3 perk slot, and that is Tactical Mask. I can't tell you how valuable that was in Black Ops. That is my pick for the one I'm going to use quite often in perk slot number 3 in objective-based games. Then we've got Awareness, which is essentially going to be like your sit rep from Modern Warfare 3. It'll be interesting to see how powerful Awareness is and how it actually competes with Dead Silence. Supposedly both of those will kind of cancel each other out. I know Treyarch has tried to be really good about having everything have a counter, some way to counter it so that nothing is completely overpowered, but we'll have to see exactly how Awareness counteracts Dead Silence. And then finally, we've got Dexterity. That is going to be your final perk in perk slot number 3, and that is all 3 of your perk slots, all your perks. Again, you can click on any of those annotations and go back, and I'll describe them in a little more detail in each day where I covered it in the actual countdown series. Finally, we've got the wild cards, and wild cards are what's going to shake things up in Call of Duty. You're going to be able to totally change your creator class from anything you've ever done before with the wild cards. First, we've got Primary Gunfighter, and that's going to enable you to add a 3rd attachment to your primary weapon. Really useful wild card. I see myself possibly using that one. Next, we've got Secondary Gunfighter. Essentially the same thing, but for your secondary weapons like pistols. Next, we've got Overkill. It is basically going to be like your traditional Overkill perk, and it will allow you to take a second primary instead of a normal secondary weapon like a pistol. Next, we've got the Danger Close wild card, and have no fear, it is nothing like Modern Warfare 2 Danger Close. It simply enables you to take a second lethal grenade or lethal piece of equipment like a claymore. Next, we've got Tactician. That will allow you to do the exact same thing with a tactical grenade. Like if you wanted an extra flashbang, you would use the Tactician wildcard. And then finally, we've got the perk greed cards. We've got perk 1 greed, which will allow you to take another perk 1 tier group perk and use it. Then we've got the same thing for perk 2. We've got perk 2 greed, and then of course we have perk 3 greed. All of those you'll be able to take a second perk in those categories. So really cool way to essentially make yourself like using Specialist in Modern Warfare 3. You'll be able to take on at least 6 perks instead of the full complement of perks like you did in Specialist in Modern Warfare 3. You will be able to max out at a total of 6 perks in Black Ops 2. But that's going to do it, guys. That is your complete list of perks and wild cards. I hope you enjoyed it. Go back and visit those other videos if you want more information on those individual items. And I will see you guys tomorrow with another video in the countdown. We're going to be one day closer. I hope you have a fantastic day, everybody.